All right, here's the key for the edge elastic assignment. I'm doing it right on the worksheet here. I'm just going to do the odds. All right, so the first four questions, okay, ask us to write the trig ratio, okay, for the correct angle here. So sine x, okay, so if you use SOHCAHTOA, right, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so opposite of x, okay, is 12, and the hypotenuse is opposite 90 degrees, so that's 20. So sine x equals 12 over 20, which we want to reduce. Okay, we're going to want to reduce that to 3/5. All right, cosine of z, so we find our angle. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is the one touching it, so that's 35. Hypotenuse, okay, is 37, so that is just 35 over 37. Okay, so that's all the first four are asking us to do here, okay, is to set up the ratio. All right, so we got to understand how the sides relate to the desired angle. All right, and then from here we can figure out the angle measurement if we wanted to. If we had the angle measurement, we could find a missing side. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at next here. Okay, on the next few questions, okay, it's what is the missing angle? All right, so they give us two sides, okay, and a missing angle. We can figure out that missing angle using the trig ratios. So we want to find this question mark right here. We have with it the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. Okay, so I want cosine of this question mark, okay, is going to equal adjacent over hypotenuse. All right, so I got to find for x, so I want to do the inverse cosine. So it's the one with the little -1 there, 40 over 55. Okay, and we'll just type that into our calculator and see what we get here. All right, so on the calculator, I got decimals open now. First thing you want to do is make sure that you're in degree mode, okay? And we just come over here and we could use the keyboard or we could just type it in. But if you go to functions, you go to trig, we're doing inverse cosine on this one. I believe it was 40 over 55. So the degrees 43.34. I believe the direction said round to the nearest tenth. So 43.3. So we come back here and our answer is 43.3 degrees. Okay, but when you type this in Edge Elastic, don't put the degrees. Okay, the directions say only type in the number. Final answer as an integer number only. Okay, so, so I'm wrong. Integer, I got to read the directions. So no, we're not rounding to the nearest tenth, we're rounding to the nearest integer. Okay, so the answer is just 43 degrees. Okay, so what you're going to type into Edge Elastic is 43. Okay, no degree symbol. Okay, you're only using an integer value there. All right, 6 is even. I'll skip that one. We'll do 7. Okay, 7 again is adjacent. So let's do something different here. Let's do 8. Okay, 8's giving me opposite and adjacent. So that's tangent. I'm going to go tangent, inverse tangent of 43 over 45. And that's going to give me my degree. Okay, so question mark equals inverse tangent of opposite over adjacent. Okay, and so we go back to our calculator over here, inverse tangent, it's right there. of, how did I already forget what it was? 43 over 45. You give me 43.6, so we're going to round that up to 44 degrees. Okay, so we got 44 degrees here. Again, all you're going to do is type in 44 in edge elastic. Okay, no degrees, set only integer only. All right, so the last 4 questions now, okay, give me the degree, and now they want me to find the missing side. Okay, so for number 9, okay, 63 degrees is the given one. Okay, I got adjacent and hypotenuse, so that's cosine. Okay, so go cosine of 63 degrees equals adjacent over hypotenuse, x over 16. Okay, so x equals 16 times cosine of 63 degrees. That's my answer, but I need to go ahead and type that into a calculator to get the decimal. This one says round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so now we're just typing in the number with 1 decimal. So let's go back to Desmos, and we're looking at 16 times cosine of 63. So 16 times cosine of 63 degrees. So that is 7.26, so that's going to be 7.3. All right, we'll do one more here. So 11 is going to be tangent. 12 is going to be tangent again. Do we have any signs here? Let's go. 10 is opposite. So let's do 10. 10 is a sine problem. We got sine of 50 degrees equals, okay, opposite over hypotenuse. So now the hypotenuse is actually the unknown, the variables in the denominator. So again, step by step, if I kind of multiply both sides by x and then divide by sine, so it's almost like you're cross multiplying. That's how some geometry teachers showed it. So you're always just cross multiplying no matter what. So now you get x sine 50 equals 20. Now I want to get the x by itself. So now I got to divide both sides by sine 50. And so that's what I got to type into my calculator is 20 divided by sine 50. All right, so x equals 20 over sine 50. So let's go ahead and switch over to Desmos. Type that in. 20 divided by sine 50. That is 26.1. And so that is my answer. X equals 26.1. Right. And so again, we're typing into the nearest tenth. So all you're going to type in is 26.1. Remember, you're not typing in any variables. Okay, only exactly what it says. So just the fraction for the first 4. Okay, just the degree to the nearest integer. Okay, you don't need to put the degree symbol, no variables. Okay, and down for 9 through 12, again, rounding to the nearest tenth. You're going to find the length and you're rounding to the nearest tenth. And there you go.